Hello, Charbel Allen here, and this presentation we will be discussing about OxyContin, its uses, misuses, and prevalence in the 21st century. Throughout this presentation, you will see a series of questions. All answers will be included in the description below. And for more information about OxyContin and how you can use the interactive images throughout this presentation, follow in the description below as well. So, we start off with the first and most basic question that anyone could ask. What is OxyContin classified as in terms of drugs? Well, for some information, OxyContin is an opioid manufactured from theobromine. And as we know, opioid is a part of the opium plant or is derived from the opium plant, has considered a Schedule II drug, so in that case it is only used for medical purposes, not for any recreational or any other purpose except for medicine. It has a half-lethal dose in mice, may I remind you, between 300 to 400 milligrams per kilogram. To put that into perspective, humans would have to take about 130,000 milligrams per kilogram in order for it to have any sort of lethal dose. So, the first question, what is OxyContin classified as? Is it a narcotic, depressant, stimulant, hallucinogen? The second question, which neurotransmitter is affected by OxyContin? Is it acetylcholine, glutamate, endorphin, or norepinephrine? Well, if it's not obvious in the images above, OxyContin is an agonist, works in the presynapse. It acts just like the neurotransmitter that is, that it does affect. Fits into these same receptor sites that the natural neurotransmitter does, and basically blocks the synapse. This visualization and the next three visualizations are brought to you in part by Tableau, the data visualization software allowing you to bridge the gap between storytelling and data visualization. Again, for more information and how you can interact specifically with my visualizations, go to the description below. Third question is, and the rest of the questions are going to be specifically looking at OxyContin overdosage and how that actually affects those in the emergency room visits. So the third question says, what percentage change from 2004 to 2010 in ER visits occur in OxyContin products? As you can see based on the arrow, there is a very, very, very large gap between the blue bar and the orange circle. If you can see the key to the right, blue bars representing 2004 and the orange circles representing 2010 visits. So back to the visualization, you can see that there is a very, very, very large difference in the OxyContin section signified by the arrow, and it is larger than all pharmaceutical products combined. You can see that the pharmaceutical section, which is all the way to the far right, does not have that large of a difference. And now we turn to the percent population that has visited the emergency room in 2010. This is a broad spectrum. Of course, it doesn't focus specifically on OxyContin because that information hasn't been provided yet. But as you can see, lots of people have visited the ER, signified by more in California and Texas and Florida than any other of the states. And now we turn specifically to my favorite visualization, and this visualization allows us to compare anyone up to age 19 and then anyone over that age all the way to death, of course. And the question here is asking, what is the average age a person enters the emergency room for OxyContin addiction? And remember, since OxyContin is a derivative of the opium plant, it is going to have the similar characteristics that any other opium-based plant or drug would have. Specifically, cocaine is actually the prime example. You can see in this visualization that any colors that are Darker of a darker color signifies more 21-year-olds and older visiting the ER for an OxyContin addiction, while the size of the circle represents kids that are 20 and under who will come in for an ER visit. You can see that on the East Coast, more people under the age of 21 visit the ER. However, you can see some of the most populous places like California, Texas, Florida, and New York all have significantly higher amounts of 21-year-olds and older who visit. So a good general consensus, between the two. Did you get all the questions right? Again, they're in the description below. And as always, for more information, visit me online on my website at charbelmalm.weebly.com. Thank you.